Yeah. So before I proceed further, do anybody have any challenges? How, regarding hands-on, regarding theory, do you have any doubts or you need any clarification from my side? Let me know. We can discuss. Okay. Okay, team. Assuming that there are no queries, no doubts, let's proceed. So in our last session, we discussed about how to create data set name rules, by the way, data set name rules. Okay. So today we are going to create the data set. For that, we should know parameters parameters in mainframe. Okay. While creating a file, you should know the parameters, definition of all of them. So please understand these concepts, and because very important, even not only for today, even in JCL also the same parameters are going to come. Hence, please start focusing on them. Okay. So there are some parameters on ISPF panel volume. Okay. Space. Yeah, something called space. Okay. Primary quantity, secondary quantity, and directory block, and record length, record format. I don't explain record format today. Let's go with the fixed block. FB stands fixed block, and record format fixed block, and record length we'll discuss today, and records record length or record size, both are same, and block size and organization type. Organization type. Okay. Organization type. So I'll go one by one. Okay. And I'll try to bring the definitions also for all of them. First, volume. Okay, I'll go with the one by one, this record length. So what data you want to store? Okay. The first question will come from there. What data you want to store? And each field length is how much? If I want to store ATM transaction details, example, if I want to store ATM transaction details, usually what will be there? ATM transaction number, ATM transaction number, I will consider as 8 bytes. I'll consider as 8 bytes. 8 bytes. So then we have a account number. So to store account number of the corresponding transaction, and 10 digit, take an example, account number. Then transaction type 2 bytes, either CR, DR, debit or credit, and transaction amount. So it will take a 5 digits. Now, if I want to store one transaction details, how many bytes is required? 8 plus 10, 18, 18 plus 2, 20, 25. So we call in mainframe a record. Okay. Collection of fields we call as a record. We call as a record. So field is nothing but, so this is the one field, this is the second field, this is the third field, this is the fourth field. Like this, we have so many fields are there. Okay, we can have multiple fields. So it will become a one complete record when you combine all of them. So record length is 25 in this scenario. For ATM example, for ATM example, record length is 25. Okay. So the block size is I'll give a definition here. Is a multiple of anything you can give is a multiple of record length. Multiple of record length. What does mean? So I'm giving a slash, that means R 25 I can give, or 50, or I can give any one of the value 75, or 100, 125, 150, 175, and 200. So like
Quick
this.
question here.
Yeah.
Quick question here. Yeah, I get the concept, but I've been told that in modern versions of MVS, you would let the block size, let the system pick the optimal block size for you based on the DASD device. Is that true?
No, I don't think so. That will be actually in the VSAM control interval control area. But I don't think if you don't give block size, it will take some default value. Okay. No
Mm-hmm.
doubt. If you don't give, you can give a 0, but it might take a default value. Yes. So answer for your question, as per my understanding, okay. If you don't give block size, it will take the default value.
So when we give the block size 0, Venkat, how does the system decide the block size? Does it
It will
decide?
go, I guess, I guess it goes with the minimum record length, that is 25.
Okay.
Whether I don't know whether 0 allows or not. It came into my mind. I said 0.
Yes,
But it,
0 is allowed actually. I
that's
have,
what.
yeah, I have seen JCLs where the size is 0, so it's allowed. But
So, okay, what we can do, let's try to understand rather than we had a discussion. Let's use ChatGPT. So, when we have a doubt conflicting, we can take the what is block size 0 in PS file creation in mainframe. Okay, and what is the default value? So I am typing because everybody should know it. Okay. If one or two persons should know means I don't search it. Yeah, you see that it means the block size was not explicitly specified. When the data set was created, instead the system will automatically determine the optimal block size, usually based on the LRECL.
okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So what about Mark? You got the answer?
Yeah, that's what I thought, because I remember when
Your voice is, I could not able to hear you.
sorry, I fat fingered the mouse. Put myself on mute. Yeah, I remember doing this some years back with when I was setting up JCLs in a job I had back then. When we were allocating data sets in JCL, I'd say leave the block size out, let the system decide.
That's what. If you give true, okay, that's what. Block size is not a mandatory in the JCL while you are giving. In fact, here also, if you don't give it, that's what you also, I guess you all highlighted this line, okay? It will take the ensures the efficient usage of storage of input output or performance. According to the system, it will decide.
Okay, yeah, that's what I understood. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, next one.
Hi Venkat, that transaction number and transaction type 8 bytes and 2 bytes, it is taken by you, or that automatically it will take?
Okay. It is actually sample data which I am talking. It's a sample. Okay. In real time, the requirement comes to you. Example, you always take an example. We are the developers. Okay. Now,
Okay.
okay, I will give an example so that further examples also we can go with the same flow. Now, the restaurant e-commerce website company came to us. They asked us to develop the application. So they will decide what is the record length, I mean, what is the field login user ID, what is the data type, what is the length. Okay, because the company to company it is going to vary. Every company will not have the same user ID length. Some people will keep characters, some people will allow characters in the user ID, some people will allow only the numeric. Even if you take a bank, even if you take e-com any other websites, everyone have their own understand own approach. So this is just I have taken as a sample, but for your question answer is it depends on the requirement. We will decide. Okay, we are not the right person to decide the record length. So, but we should know how to create a file, and you should know if they comes with like this requirement. You have to calculate. You have to do sum of all of them.
Okay, Venkat. I understood.
Okay. Next. Like this, we have to decide the record length. Okay. Now, I guess you are perfectly fine. What is the record length? What is the block size? Okay. And why these blocks? See, record length is straightforward. Based on this, you are deciding why the block size is going to come into the picture team. Okay. So when you are reading the data from the file, okay, example, we'll take an example only. Let's take this is your application program. This is your application program, and this is your database. This is your database. Take an example as a database, and this is your program. So, and you take this as a memory RAM in the system is a RAM. Now, whenever you do request, so okay, I want to read, and there are 100 records are there. 100 records are there. So go here, check it, whatever you want. That first record is there or not. It is not there first time. It will go there. It will retrieve the first record from the database. It will load in the memory that whatever the data is available in the memory, it is visible to the available for the program. This is the for first record. So then for second record, go to the memory, go to the database, and load into the memory and load into the program. So is it this is the way we have to handle? If you give record length 25, blocks is also 25. So 25 by 25. So this is record length. This is a block size. 25 divided by 25, 1. So one record is going to keep coming and going from it is one record is traveling between the program and database. If I give example, the block size is I gave 250, and record length is obviously 25. 255 divided 250 divided by 25, it is a 10, right? So this time 10 records, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 records is going to load into the memory. So now this, okay, it will read first 10 records from the memory. It doesn't go back to the server. You requested 10 records. It will load all 10 records from the storage device into memory. So until you complete the first 10 records, it will be referring there. If when you're reading 11th record, it is not there, it will not be there in the memory. If it is not there, then it will go there. That request, it will read the 10 records. So by this, you can reduce the traffic between the system and all. Is it clear? So if anyone wants to add anything from your experience, you are please good to add.
Venkat, sorry, actually I didn't understand. Here we are specifying the block size for file, right? But in this
Correct.
diagram, you are mentioning some memory. Memory and file is same.
No, see, file is nothing but where actually your data will be stored. That is a physical place. Okay. So here I given that, right? One diagram as a database symbol. So that is a where actual, see, in your laptop, I'll take an example. I'll come to your question. Where is your data? First of all, your data is there in the hard disk, correct?
Yes.
So whenever you request, it has to load from hard disk to memory. Without that, it is not available to on the screen. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
So it
Yes.
has to load into the memory, CPU memory. So once CPU memory is available, slowly it will be visible to you, is read, you can access it. So ultimately, you have to get the data from the memory. Memory is the final permanent storage basis for you? No. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, I'm getting, but
Yeah. So
this
in
look
that
like
context,
sequence. This
go
is
ahead, go
look
ahead.
like accessing data sequentially. But
Right.
what about the random access?
That we will discuss later. Deeper don't want because there are some other people also
Okay.
explaining this is actually it is not required also what I given and all. Since I can see except one, everyone has good experience on mainframe. That's why I went till this extent. But we'll discuss deeper later, okay?
Okay. Okay. I'm clear, Venkat.
So, Venkat, performance-wise, which is better? I mean, letting the system let the system decide the block size, or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, better. Okay, depends on the requirement. Okay. Yeah, we can ask system to decide also. But if you have a specific requirement, I know that every time I have to process 100 records. Okay, because in mainframe, right, we have to generate the statements, we have to generate the reports. So that time we know, right? Okay, we are going to process 1 lakh, 1 million records, 1 billion records. We know that number. When we know number, if system decides 10 records in the per processing, it will be difficult, right? If system takes 2 records in the as a block size default according to the memory, again it will take more memory, it will be in traffic. So that is the scenario. Better to go with the block size as per the your choice. Okay, when you are
okay,
reading the data not regular basis, then you can ask system to take it as its own.
okay.
Okay, right. Now, so you are clear with the record size and block size. Let me go to the organization type. So this is can be a PS. It can be a PS. If you want to create a on ISPF panel, by the way, if you want to create a PS file, give a blank. Okay, don't give anything. If you want to create a PDS, you give a PDS. Okay. PS means blank. If you give PDS, it will create a partition data set. When you are creating a partition data set, directory block should be greater than 0. If you give 0, 0 means PS file, sequential file. Okay. Other than 0 means it is a PDS, partition data set. So you're going to create a partition data set. Next. So we are done. And
If I give directory block one organization type PS, will it work?
what's our block size is? Come again.
No, directory block I am giving one, then organization type PS. Will it work or not? Which data set it will create, PS or PDS?
No, it cannot be possible, right? It might create, but you may not able to access it.
Okay.
Okay, if it is a JCL, to the direct error will come, or it might create, which is not usable for you.
Okay.
So that I did not try, but if it works also, it is not accessible for you because of the invalid combination.
Okay.
Venkat, what about PTS extension? So what
Sorry,
entries we make? What entries we make there for PDS extension? PDSE.
PDS stands you're asking?
PDS extension, yeah. E.
Acha, PDS extension. Okay. PDS extension means once PDS means what is the directory block you give till that maximum it allows you. Extension means it is going to take continuously. Okay, it is going to take continuously. It is keep expanding the size without throwing any error. You got it right?
Okay. So what directory block we give there?
See, we give like 5, 6 only. Okay. So until that it is not keep extending. After that it keep extending that. So that time I don't think there is maximum limit. Maybe there is a maximum limit, but it's keep expanding. So immediately it will you don't get error. Like a space there is no space or block size directory block is completed. You don't get that error.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that if you only specify one or two blocks for your directory blocks for your PDS, and it turns out you need more, the system will just add them for you. Is that correct?
You're asking this question, right?
I'm asking what, sorry?
Repeat your question, please.
Yeah. So if I allocate a PDS, right, and I only allocate, say, one or two directory blocks, and it turns out, well, I've got 20 members and I need more directory blocks than that, will the system add the extra directory blocks automatically, or will I get an error?
No, you will get the error, okay? If you specify
Okay.
partition data set and if you keep 1, the maximum you can create a 5 members. If you are trying to create the 6th, it will throw error. In case of PD, yes.
So how many directory blocks do you recommend we specify when we're creating PDS?
See,
What's a rule of thumb here?
no, there is no specific rule as simple as, that already based on our experience, right? Okay, based on our experience in a PDS, there is a possibility of having 100 members, 1000 members. How many members are there? Okay, so according to that, you have to you have to specify the directory block. So there is no thumb rule such as to specify the directory block. Okay, this is the best practice you have to follow. There is no such best practice. Okay, but based on the past experience, based on our on which server you're going to work, let's explore the data sets and how many members are there, how they are organizing them. Accordingly, you have to allocate the directory block, which I know, right? You can share your experiences also. I know there are some people who worked in development. So do you have any pattern to specify directory block in your past experience? Maybe you're not a developer, at least you are in support. Somewhere you would have read it, you would have explained to your reportees. Can I get from others also? So team, let's make session more interactive. I know you tell whatever experience you know. By that we can get some idea. Mark, I answered your question, by the way. I hope you got it.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, anyone wants to add anything?
What will be the maximum value of directory block? Greater than 0 means any
Yes,
value we can.
no, there is a maximum number. Okay. I need to
Ah.
check it. If you ask this type of questions, I have to check it. Okay. So I in front of you only have to check it. Google what is the directory
No.
block we create.
What exactly it means if I am giving directory block 10 means any.
If you, yeah, later we'll discuss. Okay, we'll discuss
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So team, there are some new people like, Anthony asked one question. Okay. And there is some questions asked very deeper. Okay. Like what happens since they know, that's why. But Akhil or Anthony, he doesn't know that. That's why he asked the question. But at the end of the TSO ISPF, you will be able to answer for every question. Whatever someone asks, you will be able to answer for their questions at the end of the TSO ISPF. Okay, next let's go to primary quantity. This is a very important. These are all the space parameters we call them. So these are all mandatory while you are creating a file. While you are creating a file, these are all the mandatory. Let me talk about the volume. Okay, I guess there are some people on infrastructure side, right? What is the volume team? What is the meaning of volume? What you know about volume? Where you report it? I want answers team, be active, be response.
It's the memory address.
No, not correct. Okay.
It is like cylinders, something.
Yes, you are coming, but it's that cylinders what you said is coming here.
Yeah.
It's a logical disk, a logical partition on a disk, like you have partitions on the hard drive on a PC. It's that concept.
Yes. Yeah. So Mark could able to recollect all his past experience. He did lot of things, but he could able to recollect. Great, Mark.
Well, we have the same concept in Windows and Linux.
But it's very difficult to remember the volume keyword, right? Yeah. Yeah. So what Mark he said, correct him. Even I used to give the same example. In our laptop, okay, in our laptop, there is a hard disk. There is a hard disk. What we do a partitioning. So we do a partition. Why do we do partition? For organizing the things properly, right? To organize the things properly, to maintain the things. And if something goes wrong, we can reformat that alone. If the C drive is not working, we can reformat it. If the C drive has some issue, we can reformat it. Like that, we can do at the system level. Same in mainframe also, there is a storage device. The admin will does things, by the way. So admin will create a one volume with some space, one volume with a different space, volume 2, volume 3, admin will give something else, volume 4, admin will give something else, volume 5, some space will come. And admin will guide in real time also. Admin will tell, hey, hi team members, please use volume 2 for your project. There is another team in the same project. Hey team, you use volume 3. So whatever the volume number they give, that we are supposed to provide here. That we have to provide here. Is it clear? So that is all about volumes. So for us, I guess except one or two people, everyone got the mail. Okay, everyone got the mail about what do you call volume serial. Okay, I told you, right? I don't know whether you read or not, and you're supposed to read also. So what you can do, there is a SPL volume. There are two volumes they gave it to us. SPL 001. Okay, SPL 001. We have to use this volume while creating a file. And this volume should be on this volumes, keep your JCLs and programs datasets. But if you are creating some datasets to store the data, so that use USR 001. This is one for all PS files, where if you are storing and test data, as you are in training, you are writing a test data. On this volume, you have to use SPL 001. We use this volume to keep JCLs, programs, copy books, load libraries purpose. So they divided into two things. One volume for this purpose, the other volume for this one. It is applicable for all the user IDs. Whoever using Venkat A or Venkat B, Venkat C, or whoever is using, the rule is applicable for everyone. It is same. Okay. Then, by the way, if you don't specify the volume, there is a high chances admin can delete your dataset without giving information to us. Okay, so always you take a backup, which I said you already. Next, let's come back to here. What is I want to store 10,000. I want to store 10,000 transactions. If I want to store 10,000 transactions, how many bytes are required for me now? I am done with the volume team. Now I am entering into space, primary and secondary quantity. So let's take this example. I want to store 10,000 transactions. How much space I need to allocate? So one record is going to allocate to 25 bytes. So if I want to store 10,000 records, transactions, how much space is required? How much space is required?
200.
Is it this much is required?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no? Is
Yeah.
it 25,000 or 2,50,000?
No, 25 into 10,000. Correct.
Is it clear, team? Okay, so 2,50,000 bytes is required. Okay, now I will give tracks. I will give a tracks is sorry, bytes. Okay, the space units you can mention a bytes. Then tracks I will give 2,50,000. 2,50,000. Secondary quantity I will give randomly for time being 1,000. When 2,50,000 is utilized, it will take as a buffer space 1,000. Additionally, you are allocating. You are allocating additionally 1,000 bytes. Simple. Okay. So this value I can a little bit work around this. This is in terms of bytes. Same space I want to allocate in the kilobytes. How much I have to do? So I have to allocate 2,50,000. But if I provide instead of bytes, if I give a kilobytes, what is the approximate value I supposed to mention? How do you calculate it?
Well, you divide by
Divide by
1,000 for an approximate value.
So 255, sorry, 245. So if you calculate, I'll use the calculator also, so that if anybody has some
244.
confusion, around, okay, 245 into, sorry, I'll do like this. Yeah, 245 into 240 kilobytes is equivalent to 1024 bytes.
Yeah.
That's where we are coming here. 2,50,880. So it's around value, by the way. It is not necessary exactly. So why 245? Because if I convert kilobytes, 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024. So if I go with that formula, 245, this will be around 1 kb. So next, if I go with the 1 MB, if I select MB, it will be 1 MB is fine, right? Is it? So, okay, if I go with the 2,50,000, okay, 2,50,000 divided by 1,024. That is, we are converting into the kilobytes. From kilobytes to convert into megabytes. Again, I have to divide by 1024, correct? So which is 2 or 1. Is it correct? No, somewhere is going wrong. Is it? Yeah, I guess it's correct only, right? 1 MB is equivalent to 1024 bytes or kilobytes. 1024 kilobytes is equivalent to 1024. It will become a bytes like this. Okay. 1 into 1024 kilobytes, it will become a 1024 kilobytes into 1024 bytes. That will convert into bytes. Is it clear, team? If I want to convert into bytes, megabytes, this is the value. This is 0 or 1. So like this, you can give bytes and you can give kilobytes. You can give megabytes. You can give something called cylinders. You can give something called tracks. So if you want to understand that what is the one track is equivalent to how many bytes? Okay, I will use Google Chrome. One track is equal to, okay, it is coming already. It is going to vary device to device, by the way. Okay, depends on the storage device version type, it is going to decide. So, you please observe here. This is the model, -D model. 885 cylinders is equivalent to, this is the one, byte cylinders, like this is coming. Okay, it is coming, if you see this one, approximately they are telling, one track is equivalent to 48 KB. One cylinder is equal to 725. So there is a values. Okay, so there is a values. You can explore that exact value. Very rarely people will ask one track equal into how many bytes. Still, if you want to get for interview purpose, so answer for you here. Or you can Google it also. Okay, so I guess we are done with everything. And record format, fixed block. There are other blocks, variable block, and fixed is there, variable is there. We will discuss that later stage. We'll discuss that later. Okay, so let's get into login. So how to log in, log on, and IDs are I allocated team, I told you. So what are the allocated IDs are there for us for each group. So if you are not added to any group, let me know. Already I sent you the links for except 1 or 2 people. Venkat B is a one more ID. Venkat C is an okay. Venkat A is not available for you. And Venkat D is another ID. Venkat E. So total 4 IDs are there. Okay, 4 IDs are there. You can use it. So everyone belongs to one group. Whichever the group you are belongs to, that ID you have to use it. Now I'm going to use Venkat B. And I'm going to do login. Enter. So I already explained you how to do login. So while I am practicing, don't do login, by the way. That is my suggestion. Don't log in while I am explaining. And I can see that nobody pinged that I logged in. Venkat B. Venkat B, nobody pinged. So you have to ping it if you are using. So I'll type ISPF. Okay, I'll enter. Now 3 utilities, because if I want to create a file, specify 3 utilities, enter. So then to allocate. So if I want to allocate a data set 2, on the command line, type 2, hit the enter. Hit the enter. So type A here, that is allocate. Allocate, A means allocate, you have to give command line. Then provide the data set name here. So I will give Venkat A. I am okay. Whichever the ID you are using, that ID only should be given. I guess I logged in with the Venkat C. Otherwise, it doesn't allow Venkat C. If I give Venkat A, let's try Venkat A.AB. I'll get error. I'll get error. You see that. So what does mean T? Insufficient authority. So which user ID you logged in? Venkat C. So admin restricted it. In real time, admin may not be restricting for you, but yes. Okay. So you cannot access all the IDs even in real time also. You might be able to access the programs of your same team members. But there is a different project. If you try to copy their programs, they would have restricted. So they will restrict the team wise. Yeah. So I'll press F3 to go back and F3. So I'll give Venkat C. So this batch is B23. B23 is the batch. So I will give PS1. I'm trying to create a PS file. PS1. Here you can provide the volume serial, by the way. So since I am trying to insert the test data, what is the volume you have to give? USR 001. Enter. So automatically it is populated here. If you don't give there, you can provide here also. If you don't provide there, you can specify here also. I am doing USR 001. I can specify SPL 001. See, I am able to modify user 001. So this is volume serial. So device type, I can explain you. Device type is a parameter. One more parameter. Okay, are you storing on the dash D or tape? So there is a label for that. If you're storing on the tape, we specify some value. If you want to store on the dash D, you have to specify another value. So on which device you want to store. So that particular value you have to specify. If you don't specify whatever the default the admin configured, it will take that. And management class, storage class, data class, I request you to explore by your own, as it is not important that much. Next, I told you, so we can give kilobytes, megabytes, bytes, tracks, block size, records. Record is nothing but record length only. So I will give MB, so megabytes. Don't give more MBs a team. Okay. Don't try to give more space. It is unnecessarily going to occupy a storage device of the server. Give very less. Okay. You don't insert even that much data also. So hence I'll go with the KB. Hardly give 1 or 2. Okay, that is sufficient for you. Because we are not populating any real-time data, right? So test data. So primary quantity 1, nothing but 1 KB on directory block 1 KB. So total we are allocating. How much we are allocating? 2 KB. So there is a formula extension. When the primary quantity is utilized, it will start utilizing the secondary quantity for the PS file. It will be expanding 15 times. So we have some story around that. I'll explain later, as it is a day 1 of file creation. Later stage, I'll explain. So since I decided to create a file, PS file, I'll give a directory block 0. And record format U, that we will discuss the later stage. So it should be a fixed block. It is a fixed block. So according to the transaction file, what is the record length you have to give, team?
25.
So 25. If I want to keep in each block 10 records, how much block size I have to give? Press F8 to come down, by the way, to F8 to see the bottom data. What are the block size I can give now?
250.
Yeah, so we have to give 250 or as I told you, multiple of record length. If we give
Or,
other,
or
let's say
zero.
if I give 23, it will throw error. Then dataset name type should be a blank for PS file. So these are all the things you can give. If anyone have any queries, I request you to explore with the help of ChatGPT. Yeah, I'll wait for some time for your questions. I can see some questions are going to come. I can sense it. Go ahead.
Last one, Venkat, dataset blank.
I told you, right? Did you remember
Okay.
here? Organization is a blank
Okay.
for PS file. If you are creating a partition data set, yes, you have to specify PDS here.
Okay. Okay, understood.
We'll get volume serial vary from organization to organization, right? So, hello?
Yeah, Ritikesh, I can hear you, but I have to manage. Okay. A team, it is request for everyone. Don't take this training light. When you are asking the question, please come to very close to your mic. Okay. Okay. I will answer. I'll try to answer, understand once and twice. If I don't get it, I'll go back to the next student. So it is not only. Yeah.
Am I
Right.
audible?
Yeah,
So
it's manageable still. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the serial number or the volume serial number that you mentioned, it varies from organization to organization, right?
Which one?
The volume serial number.
It is going to vary. It is going to vary. So server to server, it will vary.
Yeah, for us, for Venkat, we are going for this training, we are going to use.
Okay. Sorry. No. For this server, everyone is have to use the same one. Okay. I thought you were asking in company aspect. Okay. No. Whoever using on this server, Venkat A, Venkat B, Venkat C, Venkat D, everyone supposed to use only this.
Okay. For PS and PDS, for both we need to use USR 001.
Sorry?
For PDS and PS, we need to use USR 001, right? PDS as
That's
well.
what. See, okay, if it is a PDS, if you are creating for, generally we create a PDS for writing the programs, JCL's copybooks, usually go with this only. Okay. PS file, generally we give this only.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I hit the enter, you can see the file got created. The file got created. And you can see right side, dataset allocated. What we got? Dataset allocated. So this is how you can create a file. I'll press F3 and Mark, I'm telling to you, as you have suffering some issue while logging, press F3. Press F3. Don't press any FA key, PA key. Just press F3 and you will come to here. If you don't come to here, you can ignore it. So if you come to here, team, this is the first time we are getting in our training team this screen. When you modify the file, when you touch the file, then you will come to this screen. When you come to this screen, select 2. So type 2 blindly and hit the enter button. Press enter button. Then it got deleted. Nothing to worry. It's not your file. Okay, it is some log file, LOG log file, and enter. Wait for some time. So it should be, we should get ISPF ready screen.
Okay, this is not the issue I was having, Venkat.
Yeah, I saw it. We will check it today. Okay. After session, we will connect. You can share your screen. I'll verify it. Okay. Don't worry.
All right.
Okay. I don't know why this I'm getting. I guess if the 2 is not working, try with the 3 team. Okay. 3 is, I guess you can go with the 3. So not, you see that X weight, if you observe here, X weight means it is hanged the system. Okay. So until this is a blank, you cannot do anything. X weight is means, so something going wrong, going in the back end, or waiting for the response, something. Ideally, it should not take this much time. So I'll disconnect. And I did not successfully, I did not log out. I am trying to log in again so that it will not allow me to log in. Venkat C. I'll enter the password. Yeah, so now somehow we got it here. So this time type log up, proper, successful. Okay. Log on, Venkat C, type password, enter. This is how you can create a file. Okay, how you can log out. So type ISPF. And how I can see the file which I created. So 3, enter, 4. 4 is the one on the ISPF utility screen. 4 means data set list. Okay, display list of the data sets. Give 4, enter. So this is here, you can write Venkat C. And one more rule I want to convey here, team. As more than one user using the same ID, better you write first level qualifier is respect to ID. Whichever the ID you are using, give that ID, MFID, dot your name, which is 8 characters, it's your shortcut or anything, your name. Then rest of the qualifiers, you can give anything as your wish. Rest of the qualifiers, you can give as your wish. Nothing, there is no problem at all. But this is the pattern everyone should follow for all the entire training. Otherwise, I either myself, within your team, whoever who created, who belongs to, difficult to understand, right? Even if you get error, if you ask me to check it, I can go here. Okay, I will check a name called Mark. So if this data, if we would have created with the second qualifier with his name, I can see easily. So even for me, it is easy to fix it, the problem. Now, so coming to dataset utility team, so you have to specify if you know fully dataset name, fully qualified dataset, what we call fully qualified dataset name. So Venkat C dot B23.ps1. If you know entire dataset name, enter it like this. Okay. Let's take example. I'll go back by pressing F3. I don't know my third qualifier. This I don't know. So give star. So star means it will list out the data sets which are starting with first qualifier is Venkat C and second qualifier is B23. So these two qualifiers should match exactly. But third qualifier can anything. From third qualifier, it can have third or 4, 5 qualifiers can be there. So this is the pattern. So next, if I give a star here itself, what does mean? It will list out all the data sets which are starting with the Venkat C. So it is not necessary to have only second qualifier. It can have so many qualifiers. You see that. So datasets which are matching with this pattern, world characters. This is the one. And this is the one. Okay, this is the one. Like this, how many data sets? You can see 18 data sets are matched according to this particular pattern. I'll press F3. If I give V star, anyone can explain me what happens by this?
Anything starts with V will come in second qualifier.
Yeah. So high level qualifier should be Venkat C. And in the second qualifier, Venkat should be V. It should start with the V. We are just filtering. Earlier we got 18, now we are getting 14. Means I can see some people created this many data sets. I don't know when they created and all. I can see when they created. I'm pressing yes. They created 27. Last month 22nd they created. Last batch. I'll press F3. Okay, is it clear? Any queries? Now I'll press F3. I'll press F3. I'll press F3. When you get this screen, type log off. So this is how you have to do log off successfully, properly. So if you don't do properly log off, then you will not be able to log in immediately, or others will not able to log in immediately. So I'll type login and I'll type Venkat C. Enter. Okay. So I'll enter the password and click on enter button. And I will type ISPF on the screen. Enter. Any queries? So how to create a partition data set? So 3 utilities, 2 to create a file, type 2, enter. Next, which option I need to select? A, allocate. And I will give single quotes. Venkat A. Sorry, Venkat C I am creating. I logged in with Venkat C, right? And I will give B23 is as my second qualifier. Always my all data sets going to start with a B23. Then I'll give file 1. It is not necessary to keep PS1, PDS1 in the file name. Any valid qualifier you can give it. Enter. So what is the meaning of partitioned data set? Okay. So I said PDS partition data set. In a PDS, it's like a folder. It's like a folder. In a folder, I can create a multiple notepads. We call them as a member in mainframe terminology. In mainframe technology, we call as a member. So then I'll give volume as SPL001, then track. So I can give track 1, primary quantity 1, secondary quantity 1, directory block 1. See, if I give a directory block 1, how many members I can create? Okay, so if I give a directory block 1, how many members I can create? I can create.
I looked this up on ChatGPT and it suggested 2.
That is wrong. Okay. So directory block
Okay.
2 means
Only one.
it is going to create 11 members. If I give a directory block 3, 17 members going to create. So if I give a directory block 10, it is going to create a 59 members. What is the formula now? Directory block into 6 minus 1. If you now apply this formula, you will get the right answers. You take 1 into 6, 6 minus 1, 5. 2 into 6, 12 minus 1, 11. 3 into 6, 18 minus 1, 17. 10 into 6, 60 minus 1, 59. This is the formula of how many members maximum you can create in each directory block. Is it clear?
Yes, clear and good to know.
Okay. Yeah. So that's all for today, team. As I said, you tomorrow and Saturday, Sunday also, we have a training. Please attend tomorrow, day after tomorrow also. If you are not able to attend, I am uploading this TSO ISPF videos in our YouTube channel in the playlist of latest playlist. Go and refer them. Okay, so I'll stop recording.
Yeah, one quick question, like in JCL copybook, all will comes under